precious things are the pasture and the medicinal herbs, the old buildings and the handicrafts. Protecting them is all the more important because they don't belong to one person alone. The Jari Valley in southeastern Xizang serves as a conduit, channeling humid air through the Himalayas. Here, there are only two seasons, rainy and snowy. Ahead of the rainy season, Ngawang Sherab and his wife are preparing to lead their cattle to the summer pasture. However, the annual migration is never straightforward. With the big day approaching, Ngawang Sherab is worried. The couple keep a watchful eye, especially on the calves, to ensure that they don't fall over the cliff. On the far side of the mountain, on China's southwestern border, lies a stretch of fertile land. Ever since he was a boy, Ngawang Sherab has been herding yaks with his parents here, beside Swogar Lake. At the same time, the family have been doing what they can to protect the area. It's the most important day of the year in Zhuangna. The 20 or so villagers are setting out on their annual migration. It's only 30 kilometers from the Jari Valley to Swogar Lake, but they'll experience all four seasons on their way, crossing Nala, the mountain of forest, Bangla, the mountain of grass, and Jala, the mountain of rocks.
나라나 그 녀가디바 도바브리 유다 외바든 담다는 내게 녀가직지 빵라는 리그로 살란 다 강가다 되는 쇼나 리니롱도 막고 이거 되는 저는 녀가 전부제
The most dangerous part of the journey is the final mountain pass. The accumulated snow and precipitous slopes are treacherous. They have to keep the yaks moving to stop them falling. Ungawang Sherab needs to clear a path through the snow for the yaks to pass.
ngabjing argulo je joyin odane da rujuri resumale badade thone je joyin da thowa lungmudi ngare phame tune da thone je joyin simre da ngara lungmudi gangman de da gabuda endegi jig sosok shenja de ne da sajindela.
These days, with living standards improving, the tough migration is a thing of the past for most herders. However, leading their yaks to their summer pasture isn't the only purpose of the couple's journey. They plan to plant the national flag beside Sworga Lake as a way of indicating that this is a special area of land, and they are protecting it. The couple will spend the next 6 months here with their yaks. This is the Shangri-La of Tibetan legend, an earthly paradise. For the couple, it's their home.
단대게 죽을 놓소이 되는 자에다 죽 전부도 말이 종조되는 데는 그 탄에다 야가도 독신 라제 지금 죽을 다시는 총정바디 저 사자 토설는 치제네 죽을 즉 갈래카분의 치제다 즉 주마 죽 둘이 잡다 되는 즉 성선배도 소속이 레오젠다 사진들 다가마가 사진에서 사 통보인데 갈래자고 있는데 등하게 죽 던진다 너네 즉 죽을 즉 롭종의 정사로인데 된데 제제 근데 지단다 그렇게 풀을 죽을 사진 네가 한다는 거를 쉬는 즉 투나 선배가 당을 니슈 가요 죽을 때를 놓수 잡 되지 내가 잡는데 내가 어직도 생선데 이모 리시 세살아이다 네 용나게 요십시오라 깨깨 탁수기가
It's the 5th month, according to the Tibetan calendar. The flowers at Kajou Temple in Shannan aren't real. They're sculpted from butter. Fresh flowers are hard to come by in winter. The art of butter carving has evolved over the centuries, and as well as flowers, the themes include birds, fish, insects, mountain forests, and trees. The butter sculptures are usually made during the period when the local vegetation is growing most vigorously. However, these are not ordinary plants. Thanks to the humid climate and lush forests, the valley below Kajo Temple is a natural habitat for medicinal herbs. The sky has finally cleared, and Kunsang Dorje and his friends head into the mountain to gather herbs. Having grown up in the area, Kunsang Dorje is familiar with every one of the plants. Kunsang Dorje always dreamed of opening a clinic in his hometown. He did so after he graduated from a college of traditional Tibetan medicine in Lhasa. His clinic offers free diagnosis. It operates solely on the revenue from selling the Tibetan remedies it makes. The clinic has more than 130 different traditional Tibetan medicines. He uses his free time during the rainy season to make a new batch of medicines. The medicines are ready to be dispensed. Some new butter sculptures have appeared at Kajo Temple. In a traditional ritual, the monks chant sutras to bless Kunsang Dorje's Tibetan medicines. An entire community will benefit from these precious pills made from the valley herbs. Kunsang Dorje belongs to a local farmers' cooperative making Tibetan medicines from the herbs found in the valley. Because he is using its herbs and ancient prescriptions, Kansang Dorje feels a natural affinity with the valley. In an arrangement with the local farmers, an area has been set aside where they grow more than a dozen varieties of medicinal herbs. Protecting the valley is, to them, tantamount to protecting their way of life.
소소 중중 되는 살롱 중세 파유스는 자야면은 소소 중중가 되네 대라 샵지다 샴데 강 야야지 슈토나 삼사르 도문도 아셴벨 치친지제 아지기 디바 가르스우르다 지기 경무사에는 자야면은 셴벨 친제 기비하고 제다 된데 섬주지 용민도
Our past shapes who we are today, even if it does not define us. It is about knowing our roots, our heritage, what makes us, us. And only by looking back can we understand where our future may lie.
The plateau herders of northern Xizang have a very different approach to looking after their home area compared to people in the warm, humid valley. Now, however, they are facing a tough decision. Karaman and his family need to move.
단에서 버젤 그때 보 상티 그때 차야나 파유니기 가서 거래 카트라 공존나 강 메제게 갑레카 오라 삼삼 자간시도
In recent years, the farmers and herders in Xizang's high-altitude areas have begun moving to lower ground, where life is easier. His parents and grandfather are reluctant to leave, but Karaman is yearning for a new life. In the event, the final decision on moving is made by the family's newest member.
Tene nang la lepchi oma tettu oma nure me batan tere chezang nge kai nang la oma jo te tekshi ne kidi sutongra yusu oma tong to bikidi do juk shikine chance ko raluk tang ka chani toki chetang chik raluk ta chal kyaptu raluk ki chetang khala chik megla maji tang chiki ko yang chal kipo mi chiki
mama lo ki matti ko lema oh
마반네 보송도 저리 기시지.
동그라 장다는 대금 현느라 가서 히트키지. 호미녀요 말다지마. 또라는 나그리시 또르다 나그리 마부시 메다. 매 마부 나그리시 가이 메다. 엔시키 대동그라.
Mumu the antelope is 6 months old now. Although she is still very young, if they all move, she'll have to be released into the wild. Karman is the Deputy Director of Swar Township Wild Animal Management and Protection Station. He has asked the local forestry authorities to help take care of Mumu. The forestry workers urge Karman to wait before releasing the antelope, but this means they can't set the date for their move yet. June is the golden time of the year in the Changtang National Nature Reserve on the northern Xizang grassland. It's when tens of thousands of antelopes migrate to Zogda Prairie in Swar to give birth. The prairie is a natural nursery with plentiful grass and water. Karman and his co-workers are at their busiest, making sure the antelopes are safe while they give birth, and then migrate back to their home. Karman wonders if Mumu's mother is among the herd. Kama comes across another abandoned young antelope.
Nicola,
Sorry, 그래라 다시. 다들 접근나. 저기 있으다. 남이 성기 된지 말고. 어떻게 나가서 또. 간식 생각 내면다 무슨 내는 거 좋다.
Gina. Gina che Gina.
It is as if the grassland is entreating him to stay.
Open the one see.
네. 오빠는 저 같이 주신 것도 같이. 다음에 레레니어 저 쓰시 먹는. 네. 그날이 이거 보면 거. Может, это каскетчик. Это маме делать. Да, что кане. Сентеми та стори нят та 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 мам цоцом то. Чаша ጃ니 라라 이제
나라데.
다는 땡시 거라 잡팔. 로로.
알아.
저니 저간 대장 마음 야 저리 많이 대신에 양아.
알아.
야로.
알아.
저 컷 그냥 네. 이렇게. 이실까. 저 둘라 cây đó. Cây. 참. 다다다 거는 샤서 샤서는 그냥 나랑 거는 샤서. 너 니기 잡긴 있어. 너 니기 잡기 그 나고이라 샤샤서는 그때 이렇게 속삭다 냠도 쳐왔겠네 되게 메나트라시 있어. 너 니기 잡기 그 나고도. 이나 다 혁실라 그때 제당 나랑 거는 샤샤서는 사실 개매 거를 타고다 거를 타고로 하고 대하 먹고들 제당 식스도 이렇게 속삭다 카자서나 고조 혁 탈신라 그때 다다 나힌 그때 식스도 이렇게 속삭다마 대호 잡고 기포 가오 드르기리 용미기리 식스도기리 something이나 드려스
Leaving is perhaps the best way Karman and his family can protect this land. Karman, like most of the herders, is planning a new life in Lhasa. For people living in the city's old town, preserving the ancient architecture is part of life. Having endured the rainy season, the Potala Palace is ready to be repainted. This is done annually to protect its walls. The work is done partly by professionals who hang hundreds of meters above the ground to paint the outer walls. And partly by volunteers who ensure a steady supply of paint. Besides lime, by tradition, the paint also contains yak's milk. It's early morning, and a dairy on Lhasa's Barkor Street is starting the day. While Gunpo Tashi runs the shop, his wife Kam Kyid makes butter, yogurt and Tibetan-style cheese, all an important part of their diet for Tibetan people. She uses milk from Damshung grassland, where she and her husband are from, ensuring that their products are as authentic as those made there. The husband takes care of deliveries. Yesterday, they received fresh milk from the grassland, which he is forwarding to the Patala Palace. Tibetans talk about painting the sweet wall. The expression originates from the 3-century-old paint formula, which includes white lime, milk, sugar, honey, and locally grown saffron. The various ingredients, by enhancing the paint's adhesiveness, offer better protection for this World Heritage Site. They also make the environment smell a little sweeter. The spilled paint makes them look like they're dressed in festive costumes. The work must be completed by the traditional festival of Hlababdu Chen. At the same time, families are painting and cleaning their homes. Legend has it that the Buddha descends from heaven on this day. He will stop at the cleanest home and bring good fortune to the occupants. The sweet smell of the paint seems to have brought someone down from the mountains behind the palace. Barals are creatures that inhabit steep inclines at high altitudes. Usually they stay together in groups, but this lonely Baral seems to have come for a purpose.
就是我小时候认识的那只羊的话，应该到现在为止，它可能也20多岁了吧。羊可以活这么久吗？也有可能是它小孩的小孩吧。我有时候会带些爆米花，带些瓜子，就是他们真的也很喜欢吃，然后我们就会一起在那儿吃东西。慢慢的，就可能他们也建立了一个对我的信任，然后我就可以去，抚摸他们。虽然我身边也有一些朋友，但其实我觉得我整个童年大部分都是在自己和自己玩耍。他们就给我提供了一个这样的一个，对我而言就是一个情感的寄托之处。
Punsog Droma wonders if the Baral might have been her childhood companion. Less than 2 kilometers away from the Potala Palace lies another World Heritage Site, Jogang Temple. The temple is encircled by Bakor Street. Once an alleyway used by prayer wheel turning pilgrims, Bakor Street today is a major shopping hub. Punsok Droma left home as a teenager to attend a Xizang school in Foshan, Guangdong province. She went on to study for 5 years at Fudan University before returning to Lhasa. Her hope was to reconnect with a city that was rapidly modernizing. She has discovered that the people of Lhasa, although they are enjoying a much higher standard of living, have not abandoned their traditions, a fact that is evident nowhere more than in Bakor Street. Punsok Droma's idea is to use social media to promote traditional Tibetan crafts.
我给这个栏目的定义是包括手艺嘛。首先，我觉得就是每个地方的老城区都特别令人着迷。当我想到回拉萨的时候，最能够打动我的也是在八廓街工作。
However, she couldn't decide which crafts she would focus on. So, inspired by her memories, she set out on a journey of exploration.
手艺的范围就很宽泛，它可以是食品的制作工艺，可以是艺术作品，然后可以是一些生活用具。刚开始我会就是大范围的行走，然后我会观察，就是比如说。 这个店面里面摆的东西是否就是足够齐全？
Many of the shops on Bakor Street don't have a name, nor can they be found on a map. Punsok Droma soon realized it was a major challenge in an intricate network of 4,200 shops to find any particular one.
怎么走？太不可思议，我怎么会找不到？喂，布拉。喂。布拉，이랑 중간 때 레슨을.
나 고깃집사.
고깃집사.
고깃집에서 치자.
레슨. 답시 말봐.布拉이게 중간 그 사실 맛이 고나는 주부가.
나는 상에 선이 쇼가 끼고.
야, 원도 세나. 수. 다关门了，他关门了，那就没办法了吧。
Punsok Droma realized that wandering around and taking photographs wasn't working. To rediscover Lhasa, she needed to immerse herself in its daily life.
너 박원나 때는 쌤 기분 좋은 거 안 깡로. 네. 무슨 야서 스토가.
She's visiting a Tanka artist, Dadze Dorj. She loves how full of life the courtyard is. Dadze Dorj has a studio on Bakor Street. The street is his second home. He met his wife here, and this is where they settled. Slowly but surely, Punsok Droma finds the way to understand Bakor Street. What she is exploring isn't just the crafts, but the people behind them, and the details of their life stories, which reach far beyond the street itself.
我觉得很幸运的就是八廓街，它不仅是面对游客的，它也是面对本地人的，而且它在本地人的生活当中扮演了一个非常重要的作用。它是一个人声鼎沸的，然后热闹的，这样有烟火气息的一个地方。它的里面的各个地方都深深的就是跟这座城市的命脉联系在一起。
다 딜레 좀 받도 유지래다 가서래다 선지 잘라 나 좀신지리 다 사바여 님바여 지나지네 가르까부터 찍나면서
вот и не за что же
또베 다나 저기야 김멸리
The dairy shop run by the herder couple from the Damshong grassland offers a unique perspective on Bakor Street.
妈肯那个嘛，
那是朋友个妈对着，我是朋友这样安排的呀。
我家人同住了甘肃那张家亲吧。
나는 너리 어려워기만 나는 너냐에 와 어때서 봐줘 아니 가서 좀 보이.
俺过不是用啥从俺来看着瞧的，但是说你们记得啊，可里才买了不？
有，咱得那小给我妈哭吧。
It turns out that they don't only provide milk for protecting the walls of the Potala Palace, they also supply yogurt to a dozen or so restaurants in town. Their freshly produced handmade dairy products travel across the streets on an electric scooter. Many lives are connected through an unremarkable bowl of yogurt.
对他们而言，能够把店开在八廓街，是一件特别荣耀的事情。所以，虽然它看上去只不过是一家普通的门店，但它背后维系的其实是很多人的生计。就比如说那个做酸奶的姐姐，她是有一次我们就无意经过的时候，然后我们的摄影师就正好给她拍了张照片。 他就会说：“哎，进来尝一下怎么样？”陌生人之间能够形成的这种亲密感，也是让巴廓有魅力的原因之一。日新月异的变化就正在这座城市发生，在这片区域里面，虽然当然它也在经历着很多改变，但它有更多就是没有变的东西，而且这些没有变的东西可能是几百年甚至就是上千年的。我觉得我开始就是。